the avatar inside your financial app is increasingly deciding how you spend your money. It sounds a bit like science fiction, doesn't it? But stick with me. For a while now, we've been told that the convenience of digital finance, those instant transactions and so-called free services, comes at a cost. Our data, and that's true, but I started to feel like that was only scratching the surface. It wasn't just about them having our data, or even selling it. Something more profound was happening. It began with that common understanding. Okay, they're monetizing my financial behavior. But what does monetizing behavior truly entail beyond targeted ads? I realized it's not just about knowing what I bought. It's also about why, when, and what I might buy next. This led me to think about the sheer processing power and artificial intelligence being leveraged. They're not just collecting data points, they're connecting them, building a sophisticated, dynamic profile. This isn't a static file with your name on it. It's more like a digital twin. This avatar learns and evolves with every interaction you have with the app. Think about what a digital twin or an avatar really means in this context. It's a virtual representation of you, specifically your financial self, built from the crumbs of data you leave behind. Every time you check your balance, every bill you pay feeds the avatar. It learns your income patterns, your spending habits, your saving tendencies, your debt tolerance, even your financial anxieties and aspirations, often better than you consciously understand them yourself. And this concept, this creation of a digital persona, isn't exclusive to finance. We see it all the time. Streaming services build a profile of your viewing habits. Online retailers create an avatar of your shopping preferences to show you products you're likely to buy. The critical difference with financial avatars is their influence. Their influence can have far more direct and significant consequences on your long-term well-being, your stability, and your future opportunities. A bad movie recommendation is an evening wasted. A bad financial suggestion acted upon impulsively can lead to debt or missed opportunities. So, how does this financial avatar work to decide your spending? It's a two-step process: prediction and molding. First, prediction. With enough data, these AI-driven avatars become incredibly adept at anticipating your future needs and even your desires. It might predict you're running low on funds before payday, or that you're in the market for a new car based on your search history. It can sense when you might be feeling financially optimistic and more open to risk, or when you're feeling stressed and looking for a quick fix. Then comes the molding part. This is where it gets really subtle. The personalized recommendations, the opportunities that pop up, the solutions offered, these aren't always just benign suggestions. They are often carefully crafted, algorithmically determined nudges designed to steer your behavior in a direction that benefits the platform. It might be to take out a small loan. It could be to invest in a particular product they're promoting, or use a buy now pay later service. Because the avatar understands your financial pulse, these suggestions feel incredibly timely. They feel almost as if the app is reading your mind. Let's take buy now, pay later, or BNPL services, for example. These are often seamlessly integrated. If your avatar signals a desire for a non-essential item, but your cash flow is tight, or you've shown a past tendency for impulse purchases, a BNPL option might appear. It lowers the immediate barrier to purchase, making it easier to say yes. The app isn't just responding to a need, it's potentially cultivating a habit. This habit benefits them through transaction fees or data on your borrowing behavior. The ease with which we adopt suggestions from technology in other areas of life is a good parallel. Think about your GPS. You input a destination, and it suggests a route. Most of us trust it implicitly, even if it takes us on a slightly unfamiliar path. We've learned that, generally, the algorithm knows best for navigation. Financial apps are trying to cultivate a similar level of trust with their guidance. By consistently offering seemingly helpful tips or timely alerts, they condition us to accept their financial guidance with less critical scrutiny. Over time, this can erode our autonomy. We start to rely on the app's suggestions, rather than our own careful consideration. This is a powerful lesson in how persuasive technology works across the board. The design of digital interfaces can subtly steer our choices in everything from what news we read to who we connect with online, often without our full awareness. Now, a lot of these apps present us with very polished dashboards, colorful charts, and progress trackers. They gamify savings, offer rewards for transactions. All this creates an illusion of control. We feel like we're in the driver's seat because we can see all our financial data neatly organized. We can track our spending, categorize expenses, and set goals. This isn't accidental. This interface design is crucial for engagement. It makes us want to interact with the app more, and the more we interact, the more data we feed our avatar. This makes the avatar even more refined. But here's the catch. While we're admiring the dashboard and feeling empowered, the influential suggestions are shaped by algorithms. These algorithms have their own objectives, typically maximizing profit for the platform, increasing engagement, or cross-selling products. The prioritization of offers you see is not random. The insights highlighted, the timing of notifications, these are calculated. So, the control we feel is often superficial. We see the data, but the system guides our next steps. This is like being handed keys to an advanced car. The dashboard is incredible, showing everything. You feel totally in command, but its navigation system subtly influences routes. It might guide you past sponsored businesses, or take a longer route, more efficient for its internal metrics. Not necessarily best for you. We often mistake information access for control. We can scroll through endless news feeds, but that doesn't mean we grasp complex realities. Seeing our spending charted doesn't equate to true financial command if the system nudges us. And this brings us back to the core idea of the invisible currency. The convenience isn't free. We pay with our data, yes, but more with lesser reflection. The digital environment, by its nature, erodes what psychologists call healthy friction. Think about physically taking cash out of your wallet and handing it over. There's a tangible sense of parting with something of value. Even using a physical credit card involves a moment of pause. Digital transactions remove that friction almost entirely. It's seamless, effortless, and it's precisely this environment of reduced friction that the financial avatar exploits. It can present a perfectly timed offer, an unmissable deal. Because the act of spending is so easy, the impulse to act is much harder to resist. The one-click ordering system is a prime example of friction removal. How many times have you bought something with a single click that you might have reconsidered if you had to enter your details manually? Financial apps apply this principle. They apply it to loans, investments, and even routine payments. This isn't necessarily to say all digital transactions are bad, but it normalizes quicker, less deliberated actions. This realization has a broader application. It highlights the importance of consciously reintroducing moments of pause and reflection into our digital interactions. Not just in finance. It applies to how we consume information, how we communicate, and how we learn. Sometimes, a little bit of friction is a good thing. It gives our brains a chance. So, what are the long-term consequences of this dynamic, where our financial avatars, shaped by platform objectives, subtly guide our spending? It can range from small debts to diminished literacy. It can lead to a constant, low-level anxiety of being marketed to, even within what should be a private sphere. Our personal finances, we might find ourselves in cycles, like constantly taking out small advances or falling for risk investment opportunities, because our avatar has learned we're susceptible to certain triggers. The goal here isn't to demonize financial technology. These apps offer undeniable benefits in terms of access and convenience for many people. But it's crucial to cultivate awareness. We need to understand that free and convenient often mask a more complex transaction. We need to ask ourselves, am I making this decision, or is my digital avatar making it? Is my avatar programmed by the app making it for me? The next time you open your financial app and see a personalized recommendation, take an extra moment. Consider its source, its potential motive. Are you truly in control, or are you simply following a path laid out by your apps? Very intelligent, very persuasive, digital twin. That avatar is powerful, undoubtedly. But our awareness, our critical thinking, is the first and most important step toward reclaiming genuine agency over our financial lives. The real challenge isn't just managing our money anymore. It's managing the influence of the systems that want to manage it for us. So, understanding this dynamic is the first big step. But what can we actually do about it in our daily lives to reclaim some of that agency and introduce healthy friction? One simple thing is to consciously create a pause before any significant financial action prompted by an app. Before clicking accept on that loan offer or invest in that suggested fund, close the app. Give yourself 5 minutes, an hour, or even a day. This deliberate delay breaks the spell of immediacy and allows your more rational brain to engage. Away from the app's persuasive design, another tactic is to turn off as many notifications from these financial apps as possible. Those little pings are designed to pull you back in, often at opportune moments for them. By reducing notifications, you choose when to engage with your finances, rather than being reactively drawn in. You control the interaction, not the app. Consider also verbalizing your financial decisions. If an app suggests something, talk it through with a trusted friend or family member, or even just say it out loud to yourself. The act of articulating, the app says I should invest $X in Y because Z, can help you process it more critically and spot if it truly aligns with your goals, not the app's. You can also set your own friction rules. For instance, for any purchase over a certain amount made through an app, you must first transfer that amount to a separate consideration account. This extra step mimics the psychological weight of spending, physical cash, and forces a moment of reflection. It adds a small, self-imposed hurdle. And think about diversifying your financial information sources. Don't rely solely on one app for advice. Read independent financial news, consult with a human advisor if possible for big decisions. This broadens your perspective and makes you less susceptible to the curated reality presented by a single platform. It's about seeking multiple viewpoints. These small, consistent actions can accumulate significant benefits. You'll likely make more considered financial decisions, reduce impulsive spending, and feel a greater sense of genuine control over your money. You'll also become more adept at recognizing manipulative design patterns, not just in finance, but across the digital landscape. This awareness is a skill in itself. Ultimately, it's about shifting from a passive consumer of financial convenience to an active, critical participant in your own financial journey. The tools can be helpful, but you remain the architect. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. I encourage you to check out the description below for something extra that might help you on this path.